are live. Thanks for everybody for joining me for day 8 of 12 books before Christmas. Why can't I get that title straight? Anyway, it's 12 books before Christmas. And today I have on with me Alysia Larson, and I'll tell you about her in just a minute. Hi, Alysia. Thanks for joining me. And what we're doing here in these 12 days is just talking about if the person's an author, we let them share their book and their link to where you can buy their book, or we're just having fun and enjoying this time and sharing our favorite books. The guest shares a favorite book and I'll share a favorite book, and we just talk and have a discussion. And if you are watching us, if you want to put in the comments what one of your favorite books is, that would be great, and maybe even why you like that book. So we'll get started here and I'll introduce Alysia. Hello, Alysia. Thanks for joining me today. So Alysia she remains passionate about unlocking women's dreams as an independent Mary Kay beauty consultant, and she's in Noblesville, Indiana. As a wife, a mother of 5, and a triathlete, she enjoys discovering customized skincare and cosmetic solutions. She finds purpose in coaching women in their personal entrepreneur businesses, from smart shopper to women wanting it to reach their full, untapped potential. Little girls have big dreams. As women, they have little or no dreams. Alysia is in the service of asking women to their big dreams again. That is very cool. I love how you wrote that. That's very cool. And I want to tell you all that I just met Alysia in a networking group. And it's funny because I shared with her that I've been using Mary Kay products since 1988. And we are both triathletes. I'm a sprint triathlete, but she is a more not rough, but go get them. But we thought that was fun because we both like to be interactive. We like to be active and do exercise and stay in shape. So we thought that was kind of funny that we both had those things that we like to do. So welcome, Alysia. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my gosh, I think you hit them all. So yeah, I often thought, oh God, if I'd ever write a book, and I'm like, I never had a desire to write a book though. That I have dyslexia, so I have a issue of like that processing of bringing it out onto paper. But I do love to read, so that's why I'm like, oh, I could totally be here and share what my favorite things are about reading.
Heck
So
yeah.
you didn't tell me that part of the year triathlete.
Oh, you did? I thought I did. I did a sprint triathlon. Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah. 10 years ago when I turned 50. So now I just turned 60. So I'd like to do one this year if things straighten out, but it'll be a sprint, but still that's okay.
Indianapolis has a good one. It's called the Go Girl at the end of August.
Oh, really?
All women, all levels. It's so much fun.
Oh, you'll have to let me know about that. That'd be fun to do.
Yes, end of August.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful one.
Oh, good. That's a lot of fun. So would you like to start sharing what your favorite book is today?
I would love to. Okay, so this one I found about a year ago. It's called Chop Wood and Carry Water. It has the same format of Who Moved My Cheese? Okay. So it's a narrative about a young boy by the name of John who wants to become a samurai archer with all his heart. And so it brings this storyline along with principles of getting to greatness. This is how to fall in love with the process of being great. And I think we so much want to be amazing. And I think that natural God-given gift inside each of us is to be great and to be great at whatever we do. Mm-hmm. But oftentimes we're like, where do we fall short? And this book kind of helps lay it out among a story of how this boy, John, becomes a samurai. And the chop wood and carry water part comes with, he is an American that goes to Japan and he trains under Akira, which is his sensei, his master. And for the first year, he just chops wood and carries water. They have the facility, the compound that they're in, they have no running water and no heating. And so every day they chop wood and carry water. Well, the idea was that basic task of chopping wood and carry water is giving the muscle, the endurance for him to become the kind of man. And other stories in there. I mean, things like what is just how, discouragement comes into play, and how we dream, or how we overdo things. For example, he overtrains. He doesn't just train when his sensei told him to train, but he goes and he sneaks in time here and there. Well, he gets injured. He gets really bad tendonitis that keeps him out of shooting for 3 to 4 weeks. Totally upset and devastates him. But talks about how you overcome that and what can you do while those times are off. And I think, oh, this is such a mental thing to get us prepared for that greatness, because really the difference between somebody who's great and somebody who's not is just inches. Just inches. Like he would talk about, um, he would practice shooting, right? His arrow, and his sensei would come and just up his arm just an inch, and he would get it right on. And but that's how close or how far we really are apart of becoming the difference between just being okay versus being great.
Wow, I love that story. I love that story. And it is true that there's so much we let ourselves, think I'm not good enough, or I I'm not smart enough, or whatever. And that's what that mindset is, what can keep you from being your best. But also in that shows that guy was a good coach too, because he just did just that, just doing that little bit helped that person. And that's what I think makes a good teacher, a good coach, a good person that wants to share and help others be better.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I love that. I mean, the book is only like less than 200 pages. I think that the standard book for self-help and improvement books are like 250, 300 pages. And
Mhm.
this book is 117. So somebody with dyslexia it's an easy, fast read.
Mhm.
And I even shared this with my kids. I was like, you guys, you need to listen to this. So during dinner or after dinner, I would sit this book down and I would be reading my kids, and they
Yeah.
would just roll their eyes at me. But I'm like, no, this is going to teach you for that difference.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good lesson for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to go back, but when you say about your dyslexia and not being able to write a book, if you ever did really want to write a book or tell a story, tell your story, that they have people who can help you do that. Writing coaches can help you get it out on the paper, or a ghostwriter or something. But what I'm saying is, don't sell yourself short because you have dyslexia. If you ever really want to tell your story, if you have one to tell, there's people out there that could help you get that out. So
Awesome to hear. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's always a way.
Yes, but you first have to have that will, right? The
That's
will to
right.
go
You have to
away.
want to do it. It's not just saying you have a story, you have to want to do it and do it, but I just wanted to put that out there and put that in the back of your brain in case you ever do want to. There's people who can help you do that. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm going to share a little story today that I've been thinking about for a while, and I reread it this morning and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, this is kind of sad, but it shows about love too. It's the giving tree. Let me see. Can you see that? Let me move my screen. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. And it is such a lovely story. Have you heard of it, Alysia? Have you read
Oh,
it?
of course, of
Oh, well,
course.
yeah, most moms or people have. My friend gave it to me after graduation, and I thought this was my copy, but then I looked in here today and my niece gave it to Peter, my son, for Christmas one year. And I just think the story it is loving. It's the Giving Tree. It's about a tree where this little boy finds a tree and he comes and plays with it, and the tree loved the little boy, and the tree let the little boy pick its leaves and its apples and play and sit beside it. It would give him shade if he was hot, and he went every day. Well, then as he got older, as people do, he didn't come as often. And then he started coming, and he said he would, uh, let's see, when he got older, he needed money. And so she said, well, take my apples and take my leaves, and you can sell them and make money. And so he did that. And then it was a while later, he came back and said, I have a family now and I need wood to make my house, or I need to make a house and put my family in it. And she said, well, cut my branches. And so he cut her, he cut the branches, and she just gave and gave and gave until there was nothing left but the stump. And then he came back as an old man, and she said, I have nothing else to give you. My apples are gone. And the man said, my teeth are too weak for apples. My branches are gone, said the tree. You cannot swing on them. And he said, I'm too old to swing. My trunk is gone. And she said, you cannot climb any longer. I'm too tired to climb, the boy said. And then she said, I'm sorry. I wish I could give you something. I have nothing left but a stump. And the old man said, I don't need very much now, just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired. Well, said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was very happy again. So I thought that was so touching and so meaningful. And if many more of us could love like that or give like that, the world would be so different, I think. And especially during this time, things are just weird, weird in all aspects, if you will, I guess. But I just think that's a special book. So that's what I wanted to share today.
Wow. What about that? What about that book? Did you pick that one over another one?
Well, I have a couple other ones. Saturday, I wanted to do, my son turned 29 on Saturday, and I was going to do Love You Forever. Have you heard that one? But I couldn't find it. We put it away for him. So I'm looking for that, and I'll end up doing that too. But I don't know, just because of the giving aspect, it also is kind of like the boy took and took and took. And I don't think he realized that he took and took and took. And people can be that way, just take and never give back. But this tree had so much love for him, just like some people have so much love. A mother has so much love for her children, or a father, or whatever. And they, sometimes give and give too much, where they just have nothing left. And that's not a good thing. We can't give and give and give and not have anything left for ourselves. But this tree loved this boy so much that over time, it made the tree happy whenever he did come back. So that's why I picked that one.
I love that. Well, I'm on a Facebook group called the Indie Woman, and it's just a greater Indianapolis women and trends and things going on. And I took a survey, asked the question on Friday. I said, there's two kinds of gifts. There's the thoughtful or the expensive. Which one are you going to be doing this year? And hands down, everyone who responded said thoughtful. And interesting that it's the thoughtful ones that hold out. And I was right there with him. I said, yeah, I'd rather give a thoughtful gift than an expensive gift, because the expensive gift keeps on a little more painful in the pocketbook later on, right?
Right.
But the thoughtful ones keep that lasting impression of love and the kind of just that continue to give on and on and on. And so that's the thoughtful gifts that tree always gave.
Right. I love that analogy. It's true. Yeah, that's great.
So this year, think thoughtful.
Thoughtful, yeah.
Not expensive.
I know. And Steve's family, everybody's pretty much canceling family get-togethers, but I said to Steve, we need to just drop something off on their porches, because we used to do a gift exchange and stuff. And I said, we just need to think of something and drop it off on their porches. And I've thought of it, but I'm not going to share it just in case anybody listens to this. But
a roll of toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and a face mask. Then you got to cover it.
No. No face masks. No hand sanitizer. No, I'm kidding. I might make some hand sanitizer. I can make my own, because I do the good care oils.
The Mary Kay one, oh my goodness, it's amazing. I sold out in a week.
But that's what I heard.
It's about this big, and it's a spray. Oh, it is wonderful. I mean, how can you put shea butter and you squirt your hands? 1 squirt, 2 squirts. Oh, I'm trying to get hold of some more. So
are they going to keep making it?
I think so. Well, what happened, the story behind that is when we went into quarantine, a couple of near Dallas hospitals said, hey, we're having trouble getting hand sanitizers. Mary Kay, they went to Mary Kay corporate and said, hey, could you make us some?
Mhm,
And so Mary Kay stopped production and held up production on some of their lines and went and started making this Mary Kay hand sanitizer for them.
mhm,
And it was wildly popular. Like all of the hospitals used it. They sent on to national sales directors and said, hey, here's some, you can, feel free to keep one for yourself and to share some.
mhm,
Well, all the directors and consultants are like, can I have some? Can we have some? And they
mhm.
weren't going to produce anymore. But then they thought about it. And so this past fall, they brought it out, but I could only order 20 of them and I sold out that fast.
Wow, yeah. My lady, the lady I work with too, she sold out really quick too. Yeah, yeah. It's something, but yeah, the thoughtful gifts, I love the thoughtful gifts. And I like to give thoughtful gifts usually anyway, like something homemade or
Mhm.
whatever. It's just fun. It's fun. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I have a customer who's very much like the Giving Tree, and she's an amazing woman. She has 6 kids, and the youngest is probably junior in high school. But every time I make a delivery, she's putting frozen berries in the mailbox, putting it out there just in time for me. Or the last time I made a delivery, she gave me masks during quarantine. But the last time she made this cute pouch and put a whole bunch of mints in it. And I was like, here she's doing a service to me of supporting my business and she's giving even more. And she's
Yeah.
just a delightful person that I'm like, yes, I want to be more like her.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. That's great. So I'm going to ask you, will you put your link in the send it to me and I'll put it in the chat here. And so people can look at your book and then we'll have it to put in our list. We're compiling a list for all the books people have shared and talked about. And
Yeah.
then you can, we're going to have this out on YouTube and probably after Christmas, I'm not sure, but you could share it out now to your friends if you want. Just go to our page here. And we thank you so much for being on today. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, well, take care. So anybody, if you would like to share your book, like I said, or share this out to people you think would be interested, then please do so. Tomorrow, my guest is Peter Wheatmartian and my business partner. And we're going to share some books tomorrow and talk. So join us tomorrow. And thanks again, Alysia.